Brothers and sisters, we must stop believing in idiotic things that insults our own intelligence. We did not make the N-word ours, and using it does not empower us. Those idiotic beliefs to the contrary are the opposite of the truth. And a Bible brutally beaten into the minds of our ancestors does not now provide our salvation. This belief is an idiotic one, because if the Bible truly contained the empowering words of God, it would have been kept as far away as possible from our ancestors, instead of having been brutally forced upon them as it in fact was. Furthermore, a Bible that strongly condones the evil of slavery and that was written by history's proven most ungodliest group of people is inherently disqualified from containing the true words of God. This is an absolute fact. There's nothing intelligent, correct, nor even normal about any of these noted beliefs that are held by millions of black people. They've dumbed down our minds so much, in fact, that we've now normalized the abnormal. We accept the unacceptable. We defend the indefensible, and we believe what is in fact stupid. And they've got our people so brainwashed that those of us that critically think and points out the absurdity of our current beliefs now literally angers millions of black people. Our people are offended against those of us who tell the truth. And it's all by deliberate design, by white oppressive forces. This is not some silly conspiracy theory, nor is it some feeble-minded attempt at scapegoating that wrongly blame whites for our own shortcoming, as many have been brainwashed to think. It's the absolute truth. Black culture has been deliberately turned upside down through white social engineering. It's called design structural cultural stupidity. This is when a targeted population has been made to think and behave collectively in ways that insults their own intelligence. More specifically, cultural stupidity is an offensive psychological warfare tactic that uses misinformation and deception as a weapon to change people's beliefs and behaviors in ways that are against their own self-interest. It can even change a targeted population to think and behave collectively in ways that insults their own intelligence. Even intelligent people can be made to behave in ways that contradicts their usual way of thinking in opposition to their own values, and they can be made to believe stupid things when those stupid things have been gradually normalized. Case, point, and proof. Millions of African Americans have been made to self-identify themselves as niggers. Millions have also been made to insist that it's ourselves that are our worst enemies, and made to revere Caucasians in spite of a brutally horrific history to the contrary. These behaviors are in fact idiotic ones and are against our own self-interest, but millions of black people have been made to do it. Here's how to create cultural stupidity amongst the targeted population. You first strip a targeted population of their true history, culture, and knowledge of themselves. Then you systematically feed idiotic ideologies into their communities. You then provide a media platform to the ignorant ones among the targeted populations that have accepted the idiotic beliefs. And you deny a media platform from the intelligent ones that rejects the idiotic beliefs. This allows the idiotic ideologies to rise above the critiques of the intelligent ones. And it allows it to prevail throughout the culture, becoming normalized. This also emboldens the ignorant ones and silences the intelligent ones. It literally makes the ignorant ones overconfident within their idiotic beliefs, and it causes the intelligent ones to become intimidated. When the intelligent people feel intimidated, they become silent. This silence allows the idiotic ideology to prevail throughout the targeted population's community, becoming normalized within the culture, creating structural stupidity. This is precisely what oppressive forces have done to the African American culture. After stripping us of our true culture and identity and history of ourselves, they've spread lots of idiotic ideologies into our communities. They then provide a national media platform to those black people that have accepted the idiotic ideologies and denied it from those of us who are intelligent. So therefore, it allows the idiotic ideology to prevail. This emboldens the ignorant ones and silences the intelligent ones, thus creating a culture of stupidity. Case, point, and proof. There are, in fact, millions of African Americans that know that it's, in fact, stupid to call ourselves niggers, and therefore never uses the word. Moreover, these millions of African Americans are able to present a logical, intelligent explanation why we should not call ourselves niggers. However, our objections to the N-word is being denied a national platform. By denying us of a national media platform while only showcasing the ignorant ones that believe the false ideology that we made N-word ours and constantly uses it, they have normalized it into our community. So once you start to see this, you start to believe, well, they all use the word. They all call themselves niggers. But the truth is, we African Americans did not make the N-word ours. That narrative is a false one made by white propagandists. Many African Americans then accepted the false narrative as being true and then started calling themselves niggers, thus making the false narrative true. This is what's known as a self-fulfilling prophecy. A self-fulfilling prophecy is the socio-psychological phenomenon of something becoming true simply because it's believed to be true, thus resulting in the behavior aligning to fulfill the belief. The white society's lies becomes our truth. Here's another example of a self-fulfilling prophecy created by white propagandists that negatively impacts our culture. African Americans have been routinely reporting crime to police for centuries. However, white propagandists created the false narrative that African Americans have a no snitching policy. Many African Americans subsequently accepted the narrative that we have a no snitching policy and stopped reporting crimes. These African Americans started functioning based upon a false narrative made by white propagandists. This acceptance of the false narrative, once it's accepted by the African Americans, negatively impact our communities. Because when we stop reporting crime within our communities increases. The white society's negative lies become our truth, negatively affecting our community. White propagandists constantly inundate us with false, negative, and tragic narratives about our groups. We then accept those false narratives and then live in fear of each other. And we think the worst of each other. White oppressive forces are waging a sophisticated covert war against black people that most don't understand. Our culture is being covertly negatively steered by false narratives that are being systematically fed into our communities by white propagandists. Our minds then align with those lies negatively affecting our culture. It's information warfare. Information warfare is the manipulation of information from a trusted source sent to a targeted population without their awareness, designed to make the targeted population think and behave in ways that are against their own interests, and instead in ways that serve the interests of those conducting the information warfare. And they keep telling us that we're our worst enemies. That we start buying too. We believe our worst enemies. And now we're divided. We're self-hating. And now that we believe we're our worst enemies, our collective aggression shifts from the white society and now redirects towards ourselves. This is how they keep us divided. They deploy information warfare against us. And the only way we're going to liberate ourselves, we must elevate our minds. We must educate ourselves above a biblical fairy tale and a silly slave syndrome myth. The white society deploys information warfare against black people. They keep us believing the fraudulent worst about ourselves. I'll give another example. During the 1960s, they determined that that decade's unprecedented unified black protest was caused by an elevated and unifying black collective self-esteem brought on by the emergence of the Black Pride movement. So they logically decided that they could subdue black protests by keeping us believing the fraudulent worst about ourselves, thus lowering our collective self-esteem. This is why all narratives that we receive from the white society about us are consistently negative. Now, critically think, can you see how cartoonishly unrealistic it actually is? It's a propaganda campaign. They constantly feed us lies that makes us think and behave in ways that serve the system of white supremacy. We must wake up to our reality. One love and peace.